had a crush on my straight roommate but deliberately kept my distance. When he mistakenly took my underwear, I furrowed my brows slightly and warned coldly, "I'm not into guys. Don't use it for that." Blake let out an infuriated laugh. "You think I'm into you?" Yet later, it was him climbing into my bed at night, coaxing me to feel his pecs. "Baby, really? You don't like these?" Back in the dorm after class. Only Blake was there. He'd been gathering laundry on the balcony. Seeing me approach, he swiftly folded his clothes and handed over a clothes hanger. I didn't take it. His brows dipped, irritation flashing. "My hands aren't sweaty. It's clean." Knowing about my germophobia, he shrugged and propped the hanger against the wall. "Whatever." I didn't ease the tension, my voice stiff. "Blake, I don't like men." He froze, then barked a disbelieving laugh. "You're insane, Ethan. Handing you a hanger means I'm hitting on you?" I lowered my gaze, biting my lip as I snatched a pair of briefs from his pile. "These are mine. Don't use them for anything weird." Blake squinted at the fabric, realization dawning after 3 full seconds. His tough guy act crumpled, scratching his buzz cut. His dark skin flushed crimson. "Shit, sorry. I got a similar pair. Didn't mean to, you know. But come on. We're both guys. What's the big deal?" My cheeks burned as I glared. "It's a big deal to me." Blake winced, smacking his own forehead. He trailed after me, desperately explaining he wasn't some pervert. I pretended to doubt him, though secretly I knew the truth after all. I deliberately bought those look-alike briefs and hung them up myself. When our dorm got a new roommate sophomore year, I never expected it to be him, Blake. 6'3", buzz cut, built like a UFC fighter with a glare that could strip paint. The kind of guy who made you imagine possibilities. Too bad he took one look at my silver earrings and burgundy hair streaks and started treating me like contaminated waste, as if I'd jump him the moment he blinked. Please, though, to be fair, he wasn't wrong to be cautious. His fan club of thirsty guys and girls never quit. Despite his infamous rejection line, "Keep bothering me, and I'll break your nose." After witnessing him judo toss a dance major who'd grabbed his arm, I shelved any direct approaches. Our briefs incident broke the ice. At least, we became acquaintances who tolerated each other. Not enough. Playing the fastidious Ethan, I timed my laundry sessions to overlap with Blake's showers. "Ethan." He hesitated during one such encounter, eyeing the familiar black briefs in my hands. "Those new? Or had them since before term started?" I shrugged, feigning nonchalance. Blake looked away, jaw tight. "Stop wearing those. I hate matching." When Ethan Smith and Ryan Davis overheard, they immediately jumped to my defense. "What's your problem? Why drag Ethan into this?" "Dude, you're pickier than Ethan himself. It's just an undershirt." Blake Johnson scowled in frustrated silence. I intervened smoothly. "It's fine not to wear that one. Everyone has quirks, I've got mine too. Between friends, we make allowances." He mumbled a thanks, ears burning crimson. I smiled faintly. "Poor fool, you couldn't have mistaken the sizes. Not with me around." With my mediation and Blake's decent nature, he gradually settled into our dorm. Liam and Ryan constantly begged bro Blake to carry them through games, but I remained his closest companion. This semester, he'd chosen the same calligraphy elective as me. Our professor's obsessive homework assignments turned us into the dorm's entertainment while others lounged. "Blake's brushwork looks like chicken scratch." Ryan howled. "That old coot's ruthless think he'll shred your paper?" Liam added. "Ethan's got nice penmanship. Teach our hopeless Blake before he crashes and burns." Observing his twig-like strokes, I stifled laughter behind Blake's rigid posture. Without warning, I covered his ink-stained hand with mine. "Let me demonstrate." His calloused fingers stiffened as if unused to touch. Feigning obliviousness, I guided his movements, my pale hand barely encompassing his. "You're holding it wrong. Focus." Blake leaned forward instinctively. I closed the distance, chest brushing his back in near embrace. My breath warmed his neck as I murmured corrections, the height difference making my lips graze his collar. His Adam's apple bobbed as strokes grew increasingly erratic. Suddenly he shoved me away, gathering supplies with clenched jaw. "Back off. I'm done." I retreated, lower back hitting a chair with soft thud. Liam and Ryan exchanged confused glances but stayed silent. Later, as shower water ran, they consoled me. Blake's weird about personal space. Don't take it personally, Ethan. Listening to plumbing creak, I bit back smiles while maintaining icy composure. Days passed in stiff coexistence. The tension drove Liam and Ryan elsewhere. Blake became scarce too, though our paths inevitably crossed. One afternoon, I stood shirtless before the mirror, struggling to apply liniment to my bruised lower back. Warmth materialized beside me. From that day, let me. I turned frosty. Don't need help, Blake growled, pinning me against the wall to snatch the patch. His thumb found the violet mark above my tailbone. I shivered, not from pain, but the tickling touch. Damn, that's bad. Let go, I insisted. He tightened his grip. Stop being stubborn. Blake tugged at my waistband until a hint of my hip dip became visible, revealing the dark purple bruise like bold brushstrokes on pale canvas. His voice came out unexpectedly hoarse. Here? Without waiting for my response, the medicated patch adhered to my skin, his calloused fingertips grazing sensitive flesh. He released his grip half a beat too late. Turning around, I maintained cold composure. If you hate me, stop forcing this act. Blake absently rubbed his thumb against his fingers, mumbling, Ethan, I don't hate you. It's just, I had a moment. Sorry. All right. I relaxed slightly, eyeing him with exasperation. But dude, next time could you not throw tantrums? People might think you're batting for the other team. He averted his gaze with a non-committal grunt. Our reconciliation marked the beginning of constant companionship, shared meals, classes, gaming sessions, and casual physical contact that somehow felt rehearsed. As our unexpected compatibility became campus lore, fewer girls approached Blake with love confessions, though curiosity about our relationship intensified. Are you two dating? I'd always answer before Blake could, solemnly linking our pinkies with mock distress. Oh Blake, they found out. Should we go public? He'd capture my wandering hand with a mix of annoyance and amusement. Cut it out. Our playful denials only fueled speculation. The campus forum buzzed with shipping posts, the most popular being a misleading photo where Blake appeared to cage me against his chest, the tension practically steaming up phone screens. Comments exploded. The skin tone contrast though size difference alert. Is this domestic abuse or foreplay? The sexual tension could break Bedframe's weary face. I smirked, anonymously liking the post before accidentally exposing it to Blake. His ears burned crimson as he scowled at the screen. This bullshit, Ethan and I are brothers. Keep spreading lies and I'll knock teeth out. So you're brothers? Insider tea. Ethan got pinned for 3 days straight. Heard the headboard banging myself ear. Dorm neighbor confirming, those whimpers though flushed face. Watching Blake's flustered typing war against the comment horde. I leaned over. What's so interesting? He flipped his phone like it burned him. Nothing. Just losers mocking our friendship. Friendship. The word made my teeth itch. Later at the cafeteria, I spotted whispering freshmen stealing glances our way. Oblivious, Blake confiscated my half-finished tray. Eat more. We'll hit that burger joint tomorrow if campus food sucks. I'll get fat and die alone. I sighed dramatically. Warm hands suddenly spanned my waist, thumbs pressing into the hollows above my hips. Your skin and bones? He declared, fingers lingering a heartbeat too long. The contact sparked electric currents down my spine. Christ. If I hadn't confirmed Blake's heterosexuality through countless tests, I'd swear he was flirting. Since when do straight guys have this natural game? Maybe calculated seduction can't compete with genuine oblivious charm. Fortunately, my underclassman had approached just in time, preventing Blake from noticing anything wrong and blowing my cover. Her cheeks flushed pink as she watched our interaction with bright eyes. Sorry? Bad timing? Not at all. I smiled calmly after steadying my heartbeat. Perfect timing. Want Blake's Instagram? The girl turned crimson, stammering. Actually, I wanted yours. She glanced nervously at Blake, though surprised. My thumb flew across the screen granting access before she retreated, my gaze lingering until she disappeared around the corner. Blake watched the entire exchange with stormy eyes. You'd actually date her? I kept typing thank you without looking up. Why not? What about me then? The words burst from him before he could stop them. Progress? My pulse quickened as I set down my phone, studying his tense posture. I hate to ditch my bro, but everyone needs romance. Unless, I leaned closer with a smirk. You want to be my man, hubby? Blake froze. Jaw clenched like his worldview had been electrocuted. His expression screamed, since when? Oh, did you just call me? Relax. I'm messing with you. I laughed until tears gathered, clutching my sides. God. Your face. The muscle in his cheek twitched. He shoveled down his burger in 3 bites and stormed off. Blake. Come on. I forgot you hate that stuff. I jogged after him. Won't happen again. He halted abruptly, letting me crash into his broad back before steadying me with rough hands. Was that other joke too? He demanded stiffly. I scratched my neck, avoiding eye contact. Well, no. Blake's nostrils flared. He stomped toward our dorm like an agitated silverback, irritation rolling off him in waves while I trailed behind, biting back laughter as he blundered deeper into my trap. Liam and Ryan jumped when we barged in, horror movie lighting their startled faces. Jesus, you guys finished dinner already? Liam clutched his chest. Ethan's getting a girlfriend? Blake announced like a death sentence. Ryan glanced up from his laptop with one eye. Seriously? Congrats on escaping perpetual singlehood. Blake wedged himself between them on the couch, deliberately crowding their space. Guess I'll be third-wheeling you two now, he said casually, shooting me a sidelong glance. I nodded solemnly. Brothers stick together. Take good care of him. Guys. Distracted by the movie? They chorused. No prob. Without noticing the tension. Join us? Ryan gestured at the screen. This paranormal crap's terrifying, we need muscle. Blake stiffened at paranormal, but held his ground, stubbornly ignoring the flickering ghosts. From my perch by the door, I watched his shoulders tense with every jump scare, quietly reveling in this delicious game of cat and mouse. No thanks. I got stuff to do. I studied Blake's rigid posture, sensing I'd stumbled upon something significant. Good thing I skipped the movie marathon. Liam and Ryan had cocooned themselves in blankets, screaming loud enough to make the neighbors think we were slaughtering hogs. Those horror junkies binged the entire franchise in one afternoon. Blake tried leaving halfway through with his usual deadpan expression, but the idiots practically tackled him. Dude. Bro. You're not even scared. Just stay. By nightfall, they were jumpy wrecks. I waited until midnight before hearing Blake shift below me. My water cup, always refilled by him after I kept forgetting, sat bedside as usual. He shoved it into my bunk's cubby, ignoring my phone-lit grin. No good night, tonight? The typing bubble popped up instantly when I texted can't sleep, then vanished. I smirked. Hook, line, and sucker. Slipping into his curtained bunk, I found Blake bathed in faint amber light, shirtless and very awake. The hell are you doing? The glow softened his sharp features into something adorably confused, though his ripped torso screamed danger. I slid under his summer quilt, lips grazing his ear. Their horror movie noises got stuck in my head. Mind if I crash here? He scooted sideways. Where's your girlfriend? Need to jump off the building to ask her. The choked silence made him roll over. Sleep. Don't talk. Darkness hid my grin as I traced the mountain range of muscles along his spine. He stiffened. Ethan. Cut it out. Mom used to pat my back like this when I had nightmares. I lied. Sweetness dripping. His breathing steadied eventually, big softed disguised as a guard dog. Morning revealed Blake's octopus grip. Every defined of imprinting on my skin. I poked the chocolate slab of chest muscle. Rise and shine. Blake. His groggy panic was priceless. Liam and Ryan's jaws hit the floor watching us emerge from the same bunk. Their trembling fingers couldn't even point properly. You guys, that movie we watched yesterday afternoon was way too intense. I only caught a few lines, but it scared me so much I couldn't sleep alone. Had to come soak up some of Blake's young energy. Ryan scratched his head. I remember you being pretty brave. Ethan. Did I remember wrong? Liam's eyes lit up with realization. Let's try sleeping together tonight too. I had nightmares all night after yesterday's scare. After rushing through morning classes, Blake's text arrived precisely as the dismissal bell rang. What do you want for lunch? I'll go save a seat. I slowly typed back. No need. I'm eating with someone else. It took him a while to respond with a simple, Okay. Fishing requires knowing when to reel in and when to let the line slack. Too loose and the fish escapes. Too tight and you enter a tug of war. I wandered around campus all day, only returning to the dorm as curfew approached. Blake sat on his lower bunk, irritation written across his features. Aren't you sick of spending all day with her? Not at all. I flashed a sweet smile, feigning slight shyness. Blake, you'll understand when you have your first crush. Ryan teased with exaggerated gestures. Can't keep our boy tied down, soon he'll be staying out all night too. I pressed my lips together, flushing red. Cut it out. She's not even my girlfriend yet. Says she needs more time to think. Blake snorted. Sounds like she's casting a wide net, keeping options open. I nearly broke character, glaring coldly. Blake, I don't want to hear you talk about her like that again. His expression darkened. You've known her what, a week? And you're already choosing her over me? Friends are friends and romantic interests are different. I retorted impatiently. How could you even compare? My explanation did nothing to placate him. His stormy expression rivaled the gathering clouds outside. Pacing like a caged animal, he seemed ready to explode until I climbed into my upper bunk. Blake glanced at Liam and Ryan wrestling on their shared bed, then back at me. You're not sleeping with me tonight? I hesitated. Do we need to? I think you do. He stated with finality. Relenting, I climbed down. Fine. Tonight I turned away first. Within minutes, a muscular arm hooked around my waist, pulling me backward. You've been texting so much you didn't notice yourself sliding off the bed? Blake complained. The sudden press of toned abs against my back made me fumble my phone. Did I disturb you? Yeah. Then I'll stop. Setting aside my phone, I gradually slowed my breathing, feigning sleep. Rolling over, I muttered imaginary dream words to create distance. Moments later, Blake tugged me closer again. What began as necessity became routine. If I didn't seek out Blake, he came to me. Liam and Ryan's sleeping arrangement had dissolved after nightly elbow battles left them bruised, leaving them baffled at our continued cohabitation. Ethan, still scared? Liam asked. I smirked, glancing sideways. Born timid. Can't help it. After a week, I'd grown accustomed to waking to the sight of Blake's chocolate-hued muscles, but not to resisting their temptation. He'd adapted to holding me through the night, yet never adjusted to my daytime absences. It was a weekend, and I, Ethan, returned unusually late. Locked out of the dorm building, I had to ask Blake to open the door. He clenched his jaw, visibly struggling before finally blurting out, "What kept you out so late?" My shoulders slumped as I collapsed into his reassuring embrace. What am I gonna do? Blake? She doesn't want to be my girlfriend. The corners of his mouth twitched upward as he cleared his throat. Good. More time for us then. Only when his shirt grew damp from my tears did he glance around desperately for help. But Liam and Ryan had left for their weekend gaming marathon at the cyber cafe. Blake awkwardly patted my back like soothing a child. Why the tears? I'm right here. I sniffled into his collar. You can't be my boyfriend. His brain short-circuited. Says who? Boyfriends get to kiss. You wouldn't? My words dissolved as his lips silenced me, the sudden burst of pheromones freezing me mid-protest. When we broke apart, I gaped at him. Blake, you. He licked his lips with feral satisfaction. Sharp canines glinting. Comfort kiss. Got problem with that? Does this make us official now? I bit my lip. No. Don't tell anyone. I don't want a boyfriend. His arms snapped around my waist, pulling me flush against his chest. Since when do you get to decide? He pressed my palm against his pecs. You kissed back. Touched me. No take-backs now. I feigned shock. How could you? Blake. Oh, Blake. So deliciously gullible. Adorable fool. Morning found me blinking awake in his vice-like embrace. He remained statue still, as if fearing I'd vanish like morning mist. I grudgingly pecked his cheek. Morning? Blake. His sleep-warm lips automatically sought mine. After prolonged silence, he murmured, Ethan, last night? I sighed dramatically. What's done is done. You're not terrible company. We'll make it work. Not terrible? He echoed, dazed fingers touching his lips. Lemon fish for lunch. Save me a seat. His eager agreement confirmed my victory, or so I thought. The triumph evaporated when he stood me up at noon, poking at cold fish slices. I failed to force my usual smirk. Rounding the cafeteria corner, I froze. There Blake stood, entangled with some stranger. "You said you weren't into guys when rejecting me?" The stranger yelled. "Since when does Ethan get special treatment?" "None of your damn business," Blake growled. The confrontation escalated as I approached, my presence unnoticed in the chaos. "You really want him to know we slept together?" Blake sneered, kicking out impatiently. "Go ahead and blab in front of him. See what happens." After his threat, he suddenly spotted me standing nearby and instantly brightened. "Ethan." I turned on my heel and walked away. Thinking I was joking, Blake chased after me and grabbed my wrist. "Wait up, babe." For the first time, I shook him off coldly. "Don't touch me, Blake. We're done." His pupils constricted, panic flashing across his face. "The hell you talking about? We just got together yesterday." "What?" I let out a bitter laugh. This asshole actually dared ask why. Let me make this clear: Ethan didn't fish for just any gutter trash. After giving him the silent treatment all day, Blake tried crawling into my bed that night. When I kept rejecting him, he finally turned off the lights in defeat. Liam and Ryan watched our drama unfold, barely daring to breathe. This wasn't some lover's spat. I meant business. While ignoring Blake's existence, I submitted a dorm transfer request. Liam and Ryan pleaded with me later. "We talked to Blake. He genuinely doesn't know why you're mad. Ethan, good roommates are hard to come by. Give him a chance to make it right." I opened my mouth but found no words. Of course Blake would claim he'd never dated anyone, never liked guys. But had I been honest with him either? A relationship built on lies deserved this ending. Finally, I murmured, "He's not wrong. I am. This mistake can't be fixed." Blake seemed to grasp my resolve, avoiding me with matching determination. During the transfer process, an unexpected visitor came, Blake's former roommate and ex-flame, Mason. After cooling down from our fight, I discreetly asked around Blake's department. The story checked out: they dated, broken up awkwardly, prompting Blake's dorm change. Mason had kept quiet until seeing Blake move on with me. The guy had this delicate, brooding attractiveness. No wonder Blake fell for him. Mason glared venomously. "Ethan, you must be some piece of work to snag Blake." I smirked without warmth. "Flattery will get you nowhere," he snapped, shoving me violently to the ground. White-hot pain shot through my tailbone before I registered what happened. "What the fuck's wrong with you? If Blake rejected me, why would he want trash like you?" Multiple attempts to fight back failed as agony immobilized me. Fortunately, a passing student who knew Blake rushed to alert him. Blake arrived within minutes, bodily throwing Mason aside before carrying me to the infirmary. The physical pain strangely sharpened my mind. "Is Mason your ex? That psycho?" "Hell no." Blake exploded. "Pretended to be normal when we roomed together, then started crawling into my bed at night. Should have beaten him senseless when I had the chance. Now he's photoshopping fake evidence and painting me as the villain online." "Ethan, you don't actually believe his bullshit, do you?" I casually changed the subject. "Hand over your phone." Blake noticed the possibility of reconciliation and obediently passed his phone without question, his eyes lighting up with unspoken words. The 6'3" guy sitting by the hospital bed reminded me of the cautious wolfhound my grandfather used to keep, familiar yet untouchable. Unlocking his phone, I immediately saw Mason's defamatory posts flooding the campus forum. "What to do when your ex hooks up then ghosts." "Blake cheated during our relationship and immediately jumped to Ethan after our breakup." "I just want Ethan to keep Blake away from me." The evidence consisted of fabricated chat logs. Yet comments poured in, disgusting how these cheaters flaunt it. "Blake's got that serial liar face, acts all aloof but probably sleeps around. Sue them." Using Blake's account, I commented, "If you say we dated, then I guess we did." Smiley face. Mason instantly responded, "What's that supposed to mean? Are you even a man, Blake?" I replied, "Just humoring your delusions. Real men indulge crazy exes." Smiley face, smiley face. The meltdown began as Mason spammed hate messages. With that fragile ego, he wouldn't survive 3 minutes in a soap opera. After getting the post deleted and his account suspended, I filed assault charges. Mason enjoyed complimentary jail meals for days. I then paid to pin the court documents on the campus network, warning everyone to avoid him unless they wanted Blake-level harassment. The university issued disciplinary probation. Next offense means expulsion. While things improved, new challenges emerged. Blake started shadowing me constantly, practically wagging an invisible tail. "You're amazing, Ethan. Got me this fish congee, drink it while hot." He kept feeding me until the bowl emptied. "Blake, my injuries healed weeks ago. Stop this caretaker act." "You sure? Not tricking me again?" he asked suspiciously. I pressed my lips. "No. Wait. Where's your hand going?" "Just checking." Blake pinned me down, feigning concern. "This area got hurt twice, needs extra care." By the time I realized his game, it was too late. "Blake." He mirrored my innocent smile. Epilogue, Blake's perspective. When transferring dorms after escaping Mason's craziness, the advisor warned me against causing drama. I stormed into the new room scowling until seeing Ethan. Pale complexion, dark brows fluttering when our eyes met, my heart did somersaults. I desperately wanted to befriend him, yet kept distance to avoid seeming like another Mason. Our first interaction went disastrously when I accidentally used my Mason defense script, getting labeled a pervert. Miraculously, Ethan believed my innocence, though truthfully, that discarded underwear? I kept it. Ethan's kindness during calligraphy lessons confused me. Why did I sabotage our friendship? From first sight, he became my ultimate crush. But he was too soft. I couldn't handle it and had to run away. I hoped Ethan wouldn't notice anything wrong, wouldn't realize I was an ungrateful wretch. I didn't want to be hated, yet the thought of keeping my distance made me equally reluctant. I wanted, oh how I wanted, though I hadn't fully figured out what exactly to do with Ethan. I'd already left traces that were spotted by people on the school forum. These vulgar comments must never reach Ethan's eyes. But when I asked myself, deep down, hadn't I truly entertained such thoughts? Admit it. You're just as disgusting as Mason. I refused to acknowledge this, so I could only watch helplessly as Ethan fell headfirst into romance. This was the person who'd forgive me effortlessly even when furious. The one who'd pat my back and tell me not to be afraid. The one who, after being kissed by me, mustered the courage to take responsibility. Sweet soul. Someone I loved. He'd been foolishly tricked into my arms, and if we broke up tomorrow, I deserve it. I struggled to restrain myself from bothering him. My mind kept circling. Had Ethan discovered my filthy desires? Would he despise me? Find me repulsive? Later Ethan took pity and gave me a fresh start. I wanted to confess everything, but he beat me to it with trembling words. "Blake, I actually fell for you at first sight." Everything after that was calculated, a deliberate seduction. I stood dumbfounded for 2 full minutes. Ethan actually thought I was angry. No. I told him, those were supposed to be my lines. How incredibly fortunate I was to find the one I truly loved in this vast sea of people. What kind of divine luck blessed me with his reciprocated love?